Now for a more in-depth look at the second half rally of the offense, alongside me is Daily Iowan football editor Cody Goodwin. Thanks, Cody, for joining us once again. And you were at the game this weekend. Can you tell me a little of what you saw on the Iowa offense that made it seem like they finally found their groove?
Well, I'll tell you what, Chelsea, in the second half when C.J. Beathard came on for what seems to be an injured Jake Rudock, it was his second pass of the game, that 62-yarder Damon Powell like you were just talking about, and that really kind of put Pittsburgh on their heels. It opened up the running game a little bit. Like you said, Wiseman able to run for 88 rushing yards. Iowa's offense just seemed a little bit more in sync after that because with Beathard able to go over to the top like that on the defense, on Pittsburgh's secondary, it kind of put them on their heels, and Iowa's offense was able to come out and just kind of run their own game, play their own game. They got into kind of a rhythm, and it was kind of fun to watch.
Right, and C.J. Beathard, definitely a game changer for the Hawks in the second half in the light of the offense. What kind of things did you see that allowed him to succeed during the second half?
Well, he was very confident, Chelsea, and I know this is something that head coach Kirk Ferentz has talked about a lot. He's got a lot of confidence in both Jake Rudock and C.J. Beathard, and we really got to see what Beathard was all about in this game. He came in for Rudock. He played the entire second half. He completed 7 of 8 passes for just 98 yards. Not eye-popping numbers, but he did manage the game very well. He made some smart decisions. He stayed in the pocket, took a couple of hits, but delivered some great passes. And you could just tell that the offense was a little bit more confident with him in there. Maybe not a knock on Jake Rudock specifically, but C.J. Beathard came in and just commanded the huddle, commanded the line of scrimmage, did very well. And it shows on the scoreboard. He came in for 4 drives in the second half, and they scored on 3 of those drives.
And speaking of head coach Kirk Ferentz, this is what he had to say on Beathard's performance. Take a
Yeah, Jake got nicked up in the first half, and CJ came in and did a really good job moving our football team. And I've said all along, we've got total confidence in both guys, and CJ's done a lot of good things in practice. He's done good things in games, and that's not an easy situation to walk into. So it's really a credit to him and his teammates, the way they support him.
Now, Cody, on the other side of the ball, a lot of changes from the defense from the first half to second half. What kind of changes did you see?
Well, specifically, they were a little bit more aggressive defensively in the second half, and especially with respect to the run game. I know Pittsburgh's running back, James Conner, he was definitely some guy that Iowa had to pay attention to. Kirk Ferentz said that if you don't know who he is, you're not going to have a successful day against Pittsburgh. And he had 100 yards even rushing in the first half alone. Iowa came into Saturday's game only allowing 65 rushing yards per game. Connor racked up 100, but then he only racked up 55 in the second half on just 12 more carries. So Iowa did a real good job of limiting him, and making Pittsburgh pass, which really isn't their strength. It wasn't their strength coming in. They had a good day statistically against Iowa, but overall it was halting the run game, and that's what Iowa was able to do, and that's ultimately why they came out on top.
And you're exactly right, Cody. And now we talk with both the offense and defense, who couldn't be happier with their performance this weekend.
I'm not real sure. I think our attitude, we were a lot more aggressive. We were attacking, and we didn't make a lot of adjustments. I think we just came out and we played better.
It's huge for us. We just needed to get back to playing our brand of football, which is starts with the run game. CJ did a great job at making the most out of his opportunity, and a great job being a leader out there. And most importantly, we just dug in, man. We started a fight, and we've been starting fights, but it was about damn time we needed to finish one.
Now Iowa will begin Big Ten action starting this weekend as they head to Purdue to take on the Boilermakers. Thanks, Cody, once again for joining us, and that'll do it for us here in the sports studio. Tomorrow, we take a look at the inside of a field hockey team and one specific freshman emerging this season, and our Monday whip around crew is back in action. As of now, Selena Austin, back to you guys in the studio.